My point is that in the Bible, there's a scriptural concept that says, by their fruits you shall know them.
Yes.
Very important. By their fruits you shall know them. If somebody comes to you with a handful of seeds and ask you, what kind of seeds are these? Well, if you don't know what kind of seeds they are, all seeds are seeds. I mean, who knows what kind of seed they are? Well, the smart thing to do is plant the seed. Plant it and water it and watch what grows. And if it grows up to be an apple tree, well, then that answers your question for sure. It was an apple seed. If it grows oranges, well, then that answers that. It was an orange seed. So by their fruits you shall know them. Well, what is the fruitage of NASA? What is the fruitage of the U.S. government? What is the fruitage of our international banking system? What is the fruitage of the Vatican, of our religious churches and our synagogues and our temples? What is the fruitage? The fruitage is violence, wars, bloodshed, pornography, drug running. Our entire civilization on the earth is eaten up with violence, corruption everywhere. Doesn't that tell you that by the fruitage you will know them? Basically what I'm saying is that the human race is on the wrong path, and we're too ignorant, ill-informed, self-centered, egotistical, stiff-necked and arrogant to understand you're on the wrong page. You're going the wrong way. You are being destroyed by people who are far, far superior to you in intelligence, who are doing things behind the scenes that you don't know anything about. The fruitage of our civilization, look at it today. We're unemployed, people are being robbed, gangs, drive-by shootings, drugs, organized crime, corruption everywhere. That's the fruitage of our system.
Quite right.
And why? Because the people choose not to hear. People don't want to hear the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't care. I'm 70 years old, and I'm not going to be here much longer. I have no family. I have no home. I have no bank account, no credit cards, no checkbook. I own no property. I have nothing, own nothing, and got nothing. I had to do that in order to be who I am and do what I do. I had to bypass all the things that normal people go after in their life so that I could pursue wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Well, I got what I wanted. I wanted to know, so I now know. But now I find myself in a country and among people who have no idea in the world what I'm talking about, who couldn't care less, which has nothing to do with basketball or football or entertainment or anything of any real importance like Paris Hilton or anything of any importance. And therefore I am now confronted with the fact that I see my country being destroyed, the culture of the human race being destroyed, with wars and violence and bloodshed and corruption everywhere. Our country is on drugs. Our people are religiously ignorant, ill-informed, unread. My God, the whole human race is in serious trouble, and very few people have the brains or the intellectual acumen to understand what I'm saying. Too many people are not intellectually honest. They don't want to face the truth. By their fruits you shall know them. Look at the fruitage of Western civilization. We are a mess, and we're involved in wars and violence and bloodshed all over the earth. We're killing people all over the world. We're killing ourselves. We're killing our children. We're raping and plundering the planet. And nobody seems to have been smart enough to figure out how this stuff works. You can see it everywhere. No matter how hard you try, no matter what you try and do to save this country or to save civilization, it's being destroyed every day by organized corruption. It's organized crime, organized corruption. So all I'm saying is that the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and the people continue to not see. They look with their eyes, they don't see. They listen with their ears, but they don't hear. With their heart, they don't get the sense of it. So ultimately, what we're going to do is see the collapse of Western civilization and just realize that you and your children, and especially your grandchildren, are going to live in a world of concentration camps, of darkness, of evil that you cannot even imagine that's coming on the earth today. We are living in the last and final days of an old world when there's a new world coming in which there will be no more freedom, no more liberty, no more justice, no more intellectual acumen, nothing. There will only be concentration camps, prisons, and you will have to be in compliance with the Führer. You will have to be on your knees before the powers that be. And Americans have lost their country, Americans have lost their freedom, and now they're in the process of losing their minds. Why? Because they're arrogant, self-centered, egotistical, pompous, and know-it-all, and they are not humble enough to look at it and wrap their minds around the truth. The truth is we've been had because we're ignorant. We've been sold a bill of goods. And unless and until you're wise enough to wake up and understand what I'm saying and start looking at the kind of thing I'm talking about, you're going to see your country, your life, your possessions, and your grandchildren are going to be living in a world that you don't even begin to appreciate how evil it's going to be.
That's quite
Hollywood
right.
does three things. Hollywood is here to do three things. One, to tell you what the powers that be have already done, what they're doing now, and what they're getting ready to do. So all of this stuff has been told to you by Hollywood in movies and television. They make movies to tell you what they're doing. They make a movie called Wag the Dog. Wag the Dog was how government officials in Washington, D.C., in the cabinet, of the presidential cabinet, develop a false war. It's called Wag the Dog. Go rent the movie. Dustin Hoffman, about how governments will develop something called a war, and they'll put the whole thing into Hollywood and shoot the whole thing on a movie set and have the people believing that there was terrorists everywhere and we're going to be destroyed by some Arabs with a bandana on his head living up in the mountains, and he's going to take over the greatest political, monetary power in the whole world, the United States of America. The most powerful military machine on the face of the earth, and a couple of Arabs with bandanas on their head are going to hold America hostage. You've got to be out of your mind to believe that a bunch of Arabs are going to hold the most powerful nation in the world. We defeated the Germans around the world on the field of battle. We defeated the whole communist empire of Soviet Russia. We defeated every enemy that's ever come near us. And now a handful of Arabs with the bandanas are going to hold America hostage. You must be out of your mind. What is going on today is a trick, and you bought into it. The whole entire superstructure of world government and of the United States government is a lie. We've been lied to from day one. This whole idea of Al-Qaeda is bullshit. As far as I'm concerned, this is the most incredible bunch of lies, deception I have ever experienced in my life. This is how the Roman Empire collapsed, because the people were too stupid to understand how government, banks, and religion really work. Sorry to tell you, but it's about time somebody wakes you up to tell you you've been had. Because you don't know how the world works, you don't want to know, you're not interested to learn, you don't want to hear the truth. Well, it's about time you understand that the Great Spirit in the universe brings certain people into the world system at a particular time when the world is in darkness, to enlighten you. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm here to enlighten you as to what's going on and how it's being played, because your government has been lying to you from day one. We just had Obama come out and talk about how he killed Osama bin Laden. Do you realize that there has been 4 different announcements from 4 different occasions? Once in 2001, when the President of the United States announced that that Osama bin Laden has been killed. Then in 2002, it was announced that the military had killed bin Laden. In 2006, George Bush on the ship said we finally killed bin Laden, and 4 times he's been killed. This is absolute lunacy, and the American people are so profoundly stupid. They're jumping around dancing. Nobody seems to have an education over 40 on the Richter scale. I mean, this is the 4th time the federal government has said that they've killed bin Laden. Wake up! What is going on here? I mean, I'm just ashamed to even be here. I'm ashamed to be a part of a people who are so ignorant, ill-informed, unread, just generally dim-witted that they buy into all of this stuff. It's really a disgusting situation.
Well, Mr. Maxwell,
lied to from day one. I wouldn't be a bit surprised, and myself, it wouldn't surprise me a bit if bin Laden is now in Beverly Hills opening up a deli. We have no idea in the world what's going on. We've been told 4 different times on Washington, D.C. that bin Laden's been killed. 4 different times. 2001, 2004, 2006, and now in 2011 he's been killed again. What is going on here?
He keeps coming back to life more often than a Democratic voter in Chicago, doesn't he?
Like a cat. Got more lives than a cat. I'm telling you. Now, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if 2 years from now they finally kill bin Laden, and the next president, whoever that goofball paid like it will be, will come out and actually tell the American people that we finally killed bin Laden a 5th time. And then they'll all go back in behind the scenes afterwards and sit in the back room and laugh themselves to death because they're just smoking their cigars and laughing at the American people who buy this stuff. It's incredible what we have become in America. We are ignorant, ill-informed, unread, self-centered, egotistical. We can't read. We don't know how to think.